Good morning, surf lovers. This is Jennifer Lindquist, otherwise known as Jen. Thank you for joining me today. Today I am painting Plumerias. This is my first acrylic painting of flowers. I've done some watercolors in the past. I wasn't able to get motivated lately to really do much painting. I've been working on a Surfer Girl series for over a year. And since I was having a little trouble getting going, I got stuck on a painting. I decided to do some flowers instead. And I've been practicing sketching for a flower and garden show that was scheduled for the spring. And I was going to do Plumerias with monarch butterfly. But the show got canceled. So I decided to go ahead and do this as kind of practice, see if I can work out the composition of what I want to do for the chalk art show. And I landed on Plumerias for this. So I started out without a plan, to be quite honest with you. As you can see, I started with some Plumerias, and those were random. I had been practicing, so I just kind of put some petals out, a first draft in a basic style, just to get them knowing that the green was going to overlap and ruin the petals, because I'm going to go in with more detail later. And as I was painting, I started to add more elements to make it look more real. Because I stopped there, I remember walking away at this point and being like, I hate this. What have I done? Why did I do this? Like, do I even want to continue? This is ridiculous. But I ended up continuing on with the painting. And it turned out really pretty. I added some stems and leaves and went back in several times with layers for the color of the petals, and it turned out really beautiful. I was super happy with it. So the first time I saw Plumerias was in a walk in South Florida. So I was there to visit some family, and there were just so many gorgeous Plumeria trees, and I absolutely adored them. I've seen them on shirts and on paintings, mostly pictures, surfing pictures, but that was the first time I saw them in person. And you know what's funny is they kind of look plastic. They don't look like real flowers, and you just want to reach out and touch them to see kind of how they feel. But just beautiful, beautiful flowers. So after doing this painting, I'm probably going to end up buying a Plumeria plant to put in my yard. I've been gardening, so it's very likely that I may get one more plant, and Plumerias may just join my little garden. So speaking of flowers, I do a lot of reference photos. I take a lot of photographs of pictures, and since I'm doing flowers, this might be a good time to talk about how I get reference photos for my florals. Now, you can go onto the free websites like Pexels and all that stuff and get pictures, which in this case, I did get reference photos. I didn't copy a photograph. I was just trying to get ideas of how the petals are shaped and where the flowers sit. This kind of went together backwards, so the reference photos came in handy, but I still had to go back and look for more to figure out how the leaves would go into place. But so most of the time I don't do that. Most of the time I go into our local gardens and take photographs of flowers. So when I'm in Winter Park, we have a beautiful rose garden. I've gone in there and taken some photographs that I've used for my watercolor paintings. And we have mead gardens and lou gardens around Orlando. Really beautiful places. And I know if you look, you'll find something if you want reference photos. So sometimes, or one time, I was actually on my way to church. I was running early, and I knew just the tiniest little gardens behind Winter Springs Shopping Center, where the Publix is, and I took some flowers back there, and the azaleas were blooming, and those turned into some really pretty watercolors. I think one of my favorite watercolors is an azalea from the Winter Springs Garden. I was super, super happy with that. So, taking walks through the gardens, and I think one of the things I've realized is sometimes figuring out what you want your flowers to look like can be a challenge, because sometimes you want to do it in a vase. Sometimes I like to just pull out a single flower from a bush and paint that. I think it'd be a lot of fun to go to a floral show and take pictures there as well. Not just a garden, because they're always going to be on the bush, but if we go to a floral show like the one I was scheduled to do chalk art at, then it might be a good opportunity to just kind of see them in a different setting, like they're being sold. And because really the only places I see stuff like that is at the grocery store. I don't really go out to our farmers markets very often, and the farmers market in my neighborhood doesn't have someone selling flowers, so that might be kind of fun. Anyway, so for this month, I really felt the need to create a peaceful video, something that's relaxing and fun to watch. It's been a very stressful few months, and like I said, I had a little bit of trouble getting motivated. I'm sure a lot of people are having trouble getting motivated. We're finally at the point where we're allowed to go out and do things, but it's still a little scary to go out in public and be around large groups of people. So I go out, I do what I need to do, and I come right back home. I wear my mask, I take my hand sanitizer, but as soon as I walk through the doors of a building like a Target or a grocery store, I get stressed. And I needed this peaceful painting and this beautiful music probably just as much as some of you do. So I hope you really enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed my talk for today, and I hope that you are inspired to paint flowers as well. Have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you at the beach. Go ahead and stay to the end. Also, if you would like to receive notifications for these videos, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. There's still quite a bit of the video, so I'm going to leave you to the music. Thank you so much, and peace.